lie for. Not one person has been truthful, not the Ronnie sector, not Chrisean or her sector. Tell her pull his records up if it's a lie. The doctor and nurses that let this slide failed this baby miserably. Fiction my ass. The proof is in the child. And she added Chrisean and it said, tell the people about this record, medical record. What was that in your system and your baby system? And for you weirdos that say I be lying, the only people who lied was her siblings and her friends and associates. Didn't they say the baby was healthy? Charity Ben told you guys his vision was messed up. You seen him meet no milestones. Papa Smurf encouraged the bullshit. At Blueface lied and said he was growing and healthy. Take your bullshit somewhere else. Stop playing with me.
Chrisean Rock has continuously brushed off criticism and harsh remarks about her parenting abilities, especially when it comes to her child's health. Recent data, however, contradicts her repeated assertions regarding the health of her multi-billion-dollar child. The stolen medical records of Chrisean Jr. suggest potential health problems that her pregnancy-related behaviors could have caused. This poses a significant query. Has this leaked information defended fans whose sincere worries have been written off by Crohn as unsolicited counsel ever since the kid was born? Many fans took Tia Kemp's direct and harsh criticism of Cash Rocks for what they saw as her lack of sincere concern for her child as more of a means of humiliation than sincere concern. This led to a contentious discussion on social media, especially in view of the recent eviction of Croc from Blueface's Los Angeles home. These concerns over the child's health have now been validated by the appearance of the child's leaked medical records online, which raises major concerns about Croc's parenting. The public was first made aware of SHOCKS' kid during her pregnancy, which was characterized by a tumultuous, intermittent relationship with Blueface, substance addiction problems, and arguments with his family. When Chrisean revealed her pregnancy on Instagram in 2023, after receiving several positive test results, the debate began. She suggested that Blueface was the child's father, but he strongly refuted her allegations, claiming that their connection had terminated and raising questions about the child's paternity. To answer y'all questions, yes, I and Rock are officially done, Blueface said in his statement. It is entirely business related. When I tested it, it was obviously not yielding. Prior to her revealing that she is expecting someone else's kid, rather than mine. Over the past 12 months, Rock has met 10 different men. It's not mine until I see a DNA test. I am aware that you all believe she was just interested in me. I do too. Funny, however, facts are facts. It would be a blessing to be my BM. She must be drinking during her pregnancy right now. That is a warning sign. Baby, it's not a Blueface. When Blueface's mother, Carissa Safford, chimed in, refuting the pregnancy claims and implying that the whole thing was a ruse, the drama escalated. She wrote, "Absolutely not pregnant," in response to Crohn's news. If he permitted such an exercise, that man would lose his license, despite her condition. Chrisean was routinely caught using drugs as the pregnancy went on.
I don't know who boosted your head up and made me think that you made $10 million in 8 months. Here, I'm gonna put this humble pie in the fridge.
She opted to disregard the numerous attempts to convince her to at least stop doing drugs while pregnant.
FaceTime her, she's like smoking a joint. She's
While
full on pregnant.
While she's pregnant.
Full on pregnant. Smoking a joint.
Like,
and I said, aren't you? And she's like, shh. And I'm like, nigga, they ain't no shh. I'm like, the baby's in the stomach. Like,
yeah.
no.
Carissa Stafford escalated the situation by confronting Crohn's sister Tessa and her pals live on Instagram. She said that they were afraid to step in and stop Crochet's alleged substance abuse during her pregnancy, implying that they were more worried about her financial control. Carissa claimed that if she had been in Tessa's position, she would have taken charge to make sure Chrisean got assistance.
But I'm not reaching out to all you that was standing there while the baby was being made and did fucking nothing. You did nothing. You watched her. You watched her because you was scared she was in control of the money. I wouldn't have gave a fuck about that money. I'd have snatched her up and took her to home and made sure she at least got the mental help and counseling that she needed during her pregnancy so that she wouldn't have to regret it for the rest of her life.
She continued to utilize drugs during her pregnancy, despite her well-documented history of doing so, until giving delivery. The birth of the child in September 2023 added still another twist to the tale. Ronnie, one of Chrisean's ex-boyfriends, immediately posted a catching image on his Instagram stories that showed how much he looked like the infant. "You are not the father," he scribbled on the crib emoji of a crying face, cribbly of a shrug at Blueface. "It's officially my show. Baby." This underscore is getting ridiculous, so thank God in advance. After first being dubious about the paternity allegations, Blueface swiftly accepted Ronnie's admission, rejoicing on social media and expressing joy at the newfound understanding. He said, "I thought I was tripping too until I saw this. Sort of came clean," and he is also saying the same thing. Blueface went on to add, "I got 1 BM and 2 kids till further notice," while posting a screenshot of Ronnie's post. In another tweet, he wrote, "This is the finest news I've received. This year I am at liberty." He even criticized a previous paternity test that Kroc had conducted, calling it fraudulent. "I was aware that something wasn't right. That's not my baby, in my opinion. When I heard about the DNA test, it sounded a little strange and phony. It was an uncontrollable test. Furthermore, given that you and the purported father reside in Los Angeles, why would you give birth in Baltimore?" Emoji of a thinking face. Additionally, the man who the infant resides in Baltimore. In response to Blueface's comments, Cash expressed her happiness that he had chosen to keep his distance from her and her baby. "I'm glad you won't leave us alone, bitch," she said. "You're in a state anyway. You are aware of how enraged I was by your posting of his penis? I'm still in shock. He is running out of ideas since he underscored up so badly." Emojis of crying faces. Crone seems to have ultimately agreed that Blueface is the father of her kid. Notwithstanding the original paternity disagreement, even though their sporadic connection is still in the news. Blueface ended up in jail shortly after Chrisean gave birth to her child due to a probation violation. Despite her sporadic contact with her baby daddy, Chrisean decided to get a large facial tattoo honoring him after getting rid of another one. Many of her admirers were offended by this audacious gesture, which resulted in a strong response with many followers unfollowing her on social media. Tia Kemp was one of the critics who expressed her worries over Kroc's goals. Fans are frequently amused by Crone and Tia Kemp's social media feud, which is nothing new to them. Kemp advised her to put less emphasis on rekindling a bad relationship and more on becoming a mother. She said, "I thought I liked you when you had that little big face, baby, looking like Charles Barkley. You have 2 years to run around beating people up, Croissant. Go, Rocky, grab a pebble from the Flintstones, bring Mr. Purple Face along, and take baby to a daycare or somewhere so he can start crawling. We're looking for significant events. What are you doing? Since he ought to be holding a bottle by now, we want to check to see whether he is crawling." Tia Kemp recently revisited her criticism of Kroc's parenting, expressing worries about his growth and asking why Crone Jr. hasn't begun to walk or run.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this nicely. Chrisean need to go sit down somewhere, and she need to get this baby some help. She need to get herself some help. She need to stop engaging with all this internet shit and beef and all this shit and keep back and forth with that boy lying and playing on y'all mind. Cause she ain't never played on mine. I don't pay her no attention. I already know she fucked up in the head. But it's making me mad that this baby can't run, get down and walk. And I'm looking at him right here. It's clear that things are wrong with him. So why she ain't taking this baby, I don't get this. But we don't know what she's doing behind closed doors. We don't.
Cash didn't take Kim's criticism lying down. Fans interpreted her response to her most recent remarks as more humiliating than beneficial. In her response, Chrisean asked Kim to refrain from talking about her in public and said that a phone conversation would have been a more suitable means of addressing her worries.
Come on now, stop speaking on me, for real. Stop speaking on me. Go back to clapping those those saggy, that saggy of yours. Just go back to mother, bro. You feel me? All you gotta do is, man, encourage the next mother, pray for the next mother, be there for the next mother. Passing judgment, trying to be funny, like I don't got feelings. You already did this before, auntie. And you nobody we don't know you. You're a fun lady, but we don't know you, bro. In real life, we don't know you, bro. You feel me? And even if you was my aunt, just call me like you really love me, bro. You don't know what's really going on for real and what's really going on for real. Like, I don't know what's really going on with your kid, bro. But you would want us to pray for him, right? When he got stepped up. I pass judgment. Oh, he outside. He banging. He this. He in the streets. Man, go get your son off the streets, man.
A leaked medical document of Chrisean Jr. has now appeared online, perhaps validating the concerns of several individuals who have voiced worries about Chrisean's parenting while she was pregnant. According to the Post, Chrisean's drug addiction during her pregnancy may have contributed to the child's poor health.
What was that in your system and your baby system? And for you weirdos that say I be lying, the only people who lied was her siblings and her friends and associates. Didn't they say the baby was healthy? Charity Ben told you guys his vision was messed up. You seen him meet no milestone.
Many worried people's initial fears for the youngster were also brought to light by the leaked medical document. Among several additional conditions is fetal alcohol syndrome.
This part of the record says that the baby had fetal alcohol syndrome, neonatal abstinence, seizure disorder, spasticity, cortical visual impairment, oh my God, and the specialist that he'll need, a neurology, orthopedic, otolaryngology, cardiology, gastroenterology, ophthalmology, pulmonology, and palliative care.
There are significant questions regarding Chrisean Jr.'s decisions during this crucial period because it has been reported that his health condition has gotten worse due to a difficult pregnancy that included exposure to cocaine and opioids and a lack of prenatal care. Chrisean is unfazed by her child's several medical issues and the critical remarks made by people about her parenting. She was recently caught on tape bringing her toddler into a smoke store, which caused a lot of controversy. Fans have been reacting negatively to this and have been expressing their opinions. There are many who ask, why isn't CPS involved? I'm so sorry for this infant. Why would you take your child to a smoke shop in the first place? Some people are asking. Instead of taking her baby wherever she goes, some fans are urging Chrisean to get a nanny or seek relatives for assistance with childcare. In an Instagram direct message, a fan even approached the smoking store and chastised the person in charge for permitting the youngster inside. Chrisean has made the decision to temporarily shield her toddler from the internet. There is nothing wrong with her son, she stated in an interview hosted by the Danza Project. He's fantastic, Chrisean replied in response to her internet detractors. He's becoming bigger. I've been deliberately keeping him off the internet.
What's Junior doing?
He's great. He's growing.
Amen.
I've been keeping him off the internet on purpose. So, just giving him his privacy for real.
Blueface is anticipated to be freed from prison in the upcoming weeks, even as she struggles with the health consequences of a leaked medical report pertaining to her kid. But now that Blueface has told his father to pack up Croc's stuff and take it out of his house, it seems like their tumultuous relationship is returning. Hey, it's time to go, said Blueface, according to Jonathan Porter Sr. This time, he is not playing. It appears like Croc's decision to lead a careless life while pregnant has caught up with her, although she has decided to keep her child off the internet for the time being in spite of the many warnings from fans and online critics. Her inability to stop her careless behavior raises questions about her priorities as a parent. The release of Croc Jr.'s medical report, which validates a number of the concerns raised by worried onlookers, makes us consider the circumstances. Have the critics' worries over Chrisean's parenting and lifestyle choices been validated? We would like to know what you think about this urgent matter. Therefore, please feel free to express your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. I appreciate you watching.